Okay, lower back pain. We've all suffered from it, unfortunately. Why is that? Now, as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications if you've enjoyed this video. Lower back pain. What are we doing wrong? Or what are we doing right? Mainly it's in the way you forward fold, actually. Maybe the back bend's affected a little, but it's in all this forward folding the primary series that we are generally causing ourselves this difficulty. And why is it? Because we're thinking of folding forward by pulling our bum out and coming as far forward as we can over the legs, and this causes a strain for the lower back. Now imagine you've got three corners of the hips, the two hip bones are pinned back, the tailbone is tucked in, and then when you come forward, you're keeping the tailbone grounded. So you've got the two hips pinned back and the tailbone dropped down. Imagine someone's got their thumbs and they're holding these bones back. Now instead of just coming down with the thigh on the thighs with the stomach, you've got a little block or a bar, and you're going to come over the bar with the breastbone. So you remember you've got the hips pinned, you've got the tailbone descending, you're coming over the bar with the breastbone and keeping a space between your stomach and your thighs, so then you're not stretching the lower back because you're keeping it grounded, right? So you're not pulling on your lower back whatsoever, you're holding yourself from your core muscles, you've got your Uddiyana Bandha engaged, you've got your stomach muscles engaged, and actually you can't really then strain your lower back whatsoever because you've got that space and you've got that holding. And also, don't forget the way you use the feet is instrumental. Now, you need to push forward through the balls of the big toes rather than pull back. Now, if you pull back the heels, you're going to pull back on the thighs and you're going to also pull back on your lower back. What you want is to reach out of yourself with your legs as you come forward. So remember, we've got a few parts going on here. We've got the lifting, we've got the reaching of the legs, we've got the grounding of the hips, and then over the little bar or the block with the chest bone. Right? As you reach the legs, you're protecting your hamstrings, you're also relaxing the lower back rather than pulling up on the kneecaps and pulling back, which will tighten your lower back. And then when you come forward, finally when you've taken your forward fold, remember the question now is not to pull yourself further and further forward in the forward fold, it's actually to pull back. So a good way to think of this, or to cue yourself in this, is to place your hands on the floor, and as you exhale, try and drag them back. Inhale, and exhale, try and drag them back. So you're actually pulling backwards towards yourself, having taken whatever you've taken. Doesn't matter what it is. You take the ankles, the floor, the feet. But once you've taken it, you're trying to pull backwards rather than pull yourself further forward, which will just hurt your lower back. So the key principle really is to use your stomach, or what's called bandha, the holding of the lower abdomen, in the forward folds, and this will make sure that you don't incur lower back pain, which is a real pain in the neck for your primary series. But because we've got all these forward folds in the primary series, and if you're continuously using the forward fold by pulling forward into the forward fold, in the end the back will start to hurt because it's made destabilized. It's destabilized by pulling forward and weakening the sense of the back, so it contracts, right? So if you imagine you're going to hold yourself in the forward fold, you won't click into that sense of contraction in the back, as well as you're pulling up on the thighs, and that will also tighten the lower back rather than reaching forward through the legs. Right? So before thinking that it's simply something you're doing wrong in your back bend itself, it's usually something that's going wrong in the forward folding. And as I said, because we're doing all these forward folds, so many one after the other, we really need to maximize the way we do the forward folds to stop this tendency of a lower back pain that we don't really realize we're incurring in the forward folds. It's not usually actually the back bend itself. So, as always, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment in the section, whatever you think. I'm open to your suggestions. Thank you. I'll see you again soon.